Hello, everybody. It's your boy, the Logical Dude, and welcome back to another episode of CoinLogic TV. It's been a while since I've done this. I've been a little busy building a bunch of platforms. But we are back, and today I am back with a whole new segment called Weed Market Wednesdays. This is where we focus on the overall cannabis market and our favorite weed token, Weedcash. That is built on the Hive blockchain and also has a wrapped version on EOS. So, we're going to get into all that. We're going to get into the MJ ETF, the YOLO ETF. We're going to talk about those, the top 10 holdings of each of those, and we're going to take a look at the charts on that. But first, we're going to talk about a little bit of the crypto markets overall. Bitcoin looking mighty fine. Definitely a rebound from that last correction. We're up 5.1% over the last 24 hours, looking over 56,000. Getting close to that 57,000 mark. Been toying around with it a little bit this morning, but we are staying pretty steady right where we're at. Ethereum has been on a little bit of a rise too. Not quite as fast of a rise as Bitcoin or some of the other ones. But I'm hoping with the positive words of the new EIP 1559 hopefully getting implemented that God will be able to save some gas fees and it'll make Ethereum a halfway decent experience. But for now, it's really kind of horrible. And I haven't been using any of the Ethereum products in quite some time. I have been using nothing but Hive for the most part. So, another one that I have definitely got my eye on, well, actually, more than my eye on, I actually made a dip into this pool yesterday into the CoinLogic index. Just haven't added it into here yet, but we did buy into Binance Chain. Looking strong on this. This has got some good fundamentals behind it. A lot of projects building on this, and it's kind of being the answer right now to the silly high gas fees of Ethereum at the moment. So, there are some really strong projects. One of those being the new Cub Finance from Leo Finance team here on Hive. So they have built a cross-chain project that integrates and wraps. You can wrap Leo and put it into. They've got pools and stuff on Binance Chain. It's pretty cool. If you want to know more about that, yeah, you can go to Leo Finance, and I'm sure there's going to be articles about that all over the place. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Weedcash community today because it is Weed Market Wednesdays. Before we do get into more of that, I want to take a hit off the bowl because I need to slow my brain down for just a second. Counteract the coffee that's going on, because I just finished up a big old coffee. So yeah, grab a bowl, grab a joint, and let's get into these weed markets, man. All right. So, what I want to do first is introduce you to the new weedcash.org. So, if you don't know what Weedcash is, this is the great place to start. This is our little info site, and we also now have integrated an off-chain chat situation, like a whole social media network, basically. So, if you go to the Weed Chat, you can come over here and get logged in simply with Discord, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or WordPress. If you want to use the email address and username method, you can absolutely do that here. But these are just really quick, simple, easy ways to log in, and you are interacting with the community. Now, this stuff is all off-chain and is not rewarded by crypto at all. This is a great place to kind of get in here. We've been pigeonholed on Discord for so long, trying to basically bring our off-chain chat to a branded area, a place that people can come to one place, get all the information they need, get involved with the community, and then get involved with the Hive ecosystem. So once you get set up and once you learn and you know and you feel comfortable about downloading your keys and that kind of thing and getting involved with the Hive blockchain, then you can come over here and post on chain. So this is the actual Weedcash network that is on Hive, and you can see your posts get rewarded. So not only do, when you post, put out some good posts, talking about different things, cannabis related. We're getting into psychedelics, mushrooms, that kind of thing. We're into all those kind of topics. Natural medicine kind of stuff. Yeah, there is a natural medicine community that has one of these, what I call a Hive Bridge site that we just built. Same kind of thing. They have what's called the Lotus Chat. So you can go and get involved with that community as well. But this is Weedcash. So you can see people are posting about their grows, about the stuff that they're making with weed, just the weed games that we've got going on. just come and just get involved with the community. If you don't have anything to post about, that's okay. You can come in here and just comment, like it, get involved, engage with the post. Go talk to the post creator about different things. If you have questions, go ask them questions here, and this actually earns you tokens. We are working on like a reward system, like a gamification system for the off-chain side of things. So that is going to be coming. There will be like a point system for using this as well, so that everybody gets that participation trophy. So the weed token that you earn, let's go take a look at the markets. All right, so this is over here on TribalDex. So what do you do with these weed tokens? Well, you can come over here and you can trade them on tribaldex.com or leodex.io. But tribaldex.com is the primary exchange for the Hive Engine token system, which is the second layer token economy for the Hive blockchain. So you can see the Weedcash token itself is a little over 4 cents right now, looking at 0.12 Hive each. So you're trading it for their wrapped Hive token. The weed miners, which is a way that you can earn weed passively, is if you buy and stake the weed miners, they will passively earn you weed tokens. Which, if you also stake the weed tokens, you can also passively earn more weed tokens as well as a proof of stake mechanism. But these kind of give you that whole, like, I guess it's like a faux proof of work kind of situation. The mega miners they do the same thing that the miners do, but it's worth 4 times the amount of the weed miners. So think about a cluster of 4 miners, and then this is just one miner. So 1 miner, cluster of 4 miners. So you can see there's definitely a price difference. The weed miner is $2.41 right now, 6.84 swap Hive. And the weed mega miner is $7.06 right now and at 20 swap Hive. So you can see the overall market cap of the Weedcash network is at almost $1.8 million, which is really cool, at a total supply of a little over 42 million tokens. This is the current circulating supply. I do know that there is a total supply of 420 million tokens, but those haven't been. But the rest of it just haven't been issued yet. So that is the state of the weed markets here on the Hive on the Hive ecosystem. Let's go take a look at our EOS wrapped version of weed. You can see here, there's not quite as much liquidity here. It's actually better if you wanted to trade weed, to come and trade it on TribalDex versus Hive, because there's just way more volume and liquidity here. But this is definitely a much smaller market here. But there's some stuff going on, but you can see it doesn't take much to move these markets at all here on the EOS side of things. But if you're an EOS fan and you've got EOS and you want to trade for some weed, this is where you do it on newdex.io. All right, so that's basically the overview of the Weedcash community and the weed token. I want to jump into the overall cannabis markets with the MJ ETF. This is one that I am invested in personally. I'm also invested in the YOLO ETF. So you can come down, if this is Market Watch, so if you go to Market Watch and you just go search MJ, you're looking for the ETF MG Alternative Harvest ETF. All right, so this is a dividend yielding ETF. So it pays 2.97% dividends quarterly. And you can come down here and see their top 10 holdings. You can go into the holdings tab on this page and see, definitely, you can see more holdings. You can see all the holdings here. But these are the top 10 of the holdings that are in the MJ ETF. 12% is Afuria, I can't pronounce that, APHA. And then you have Tilray at 10%, Canopy Growth at 9.44%, and on down the line. So it's currently at $22.15. The previous market close was $22.54, so it is down a little bit. Well, let's go take a look at the charts over here on CoinLogic. So we are going to be adding this to the side over here to our watch list because we're going to be starting to do the Weed Market Wednesdays. So we will be adding the MJ and the YOLO ticker symbols to the charts over here. So be looking for that soon. Again, we've got some changes to the site that we're going to be doing, moving it to a whole other server, that kind of thing. But that's beside the point. We're growing and expanding. That's basically what's going on here. We're growing and expanding. All right, so you can see here on the MJ charts, we had some crazy run-ups, some huge gap-ups going on. This was all the Wall Street bets stuff that was going on. So when they had the GameStop and the AMC stuff, they went after the cannabis markets after that and really rose the price up of all these cannabis markets, and then they just sharply dropped back down. So, yeah, because, I mean, what goes up like that's like giving a toddler a boatload of sugar. You know, it's like what goes up must come down kind of thing. Well, if you see, let's draw a couple of trend lines. The way it did come down, it has definitely formed a little bit of a wedge here. We'll go from there and we'll do it like that. Yeah. So you can see we got this fallen wedge going here that looks like it's getting ready to kind of break out. Your RSI level down here is back in the kind of the neutral zone. And let's actually come over here and let's add, nope. That's the wrong one. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see that. Indicators. Let's go look at the MACD. So let's add the MACD to the mix here. All right, so the MACD you can see has definitely come back down to the signal line. Your downward momentum is starting to, it's losing that downward momentum and it's starting to kind of go up. So we're starting to see this curvature of the MACD coming up here, which is going to hopefully lead into a nice, strong buy signal because I really love falling wedges. These are my favorite patterns to trade. Now, I'm not trading stocks currently. I'm all into crypto at the moment, but I do own the MJ and the YOLO ETFs in my M1 Finance account. So they each of them, I think, have close to 5% of my M1 Finance account. It may have changed after my last rebalance, but that's about how much it has. So, definitely looking at a possible breakout, hopefully coming in the next few days here. So, definitely be looking out for that. So, be paying attention to a possible breakout for MJ markets. If you do like to trade the stonks, this may be something good for you to look at. I do know that options trade really well on these. So at least it did on the MJ when I was trading options for a while. But hadn't been doing that in quite some time. Been too busy building stuff. I can't pay attention to all the trades. So anyway, coming over here and talking to YOLO. YOLO markets, we're going to take a look at the top 10 holdings real quick. So definitely a bit of a difference here. So we got Village Farms International, BlackRock Liquidity. I can't talk today. We've got the GW Pharmaceuticals. We got Cannabis Growth in here. We've got a couple of similarities, but definitely a much different, diverse group of companies here on the YOLO index. So that's why it's good to have both, because you basically cover the entire cannabis sector if you have both the MJ index and the YOLO index. So you can see the YOLO index, its previous market close was $24.22. It has dropped down a little bit today. So we are down 3.14%. But let's go take a look at the charts here, because I don't like the charts on MarketWatch. MarketWatch just gives you a really good list of the holdings and the dividends and that kind of thing. Oh, yeah. Let's go back and go look at the dividends. I totally skipped over all that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to get better at all this, I promise. Every video will be improvements. Every video will be improvements. Okay, so the YOLO index doesn't yield quite as much as the MJ index. It yields 1.46%, which still, hey, you know, for passively sitting back, investing in a cannabis company while you're smoking weed and letting them pay you a little bit, ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't going to turn down nothing but my collar. So, let's get back to the charts here. As you see, YOLO did a very similar thing with the Wall Street bets. As you can tell, I just took a hit off the pipe. But we also have a very similar channel going on here. So we got that same kind of falling wedge type of situation happening, to where we may be looking for a breakout coming soon. Well, let's come over here and let's throw in the MACD on this one as well. Because I like the MACD. It's a lagging indicator, but it's a good indication of a trend turnaround. So sometimes you may, and you can front run stuff by kind of using the RSI and the MACD as a good indicators. The RSI is a little quicker than the MACD. But you can also see here with your patterns that this is getting ready to hopefully break out of this wedge. Now, if it does, you may have a bit of a breakout and then a retest of this line. So if you're not buying in here, buy the breakout, or you can buy the retest and then wait for that to rise up. Because this is looking like it's losing that downward momentum, just like the MJ charts was. And we are looking at some curvature around. So this is going to be looking for a turnaround, a trend change pretty soon. So be looking at that. So overall, as far as the markets are concerned, it's looking good. Just politically wise, cannabis is one of those that we're still fighting that good fight. Hopefully, it's going to be federally legal soon. I know even like Alabama's got a medical law that's getting introduced. But from what I hear from my friends back home, it's garbage. It's all like the Marinol stuff, and you have to be basically dying to get it. So anyway, but maybe one day down the line, everybody will open up, and we'll get it federally legalized, and we'll be able to even sell some good THC on the Weedcash store, hopefully one day. But hey, in the meantime, the CBD and hemp products are great. So come and check that out, because we got all the access to that we need. So that's going to be it for me today. You guys have a good rest of your day. Go check out those weed markets. And I will see you guys next week for Weed Market Wednesdays. I'm your host, The Logical Dude. Be cool, be real, and abide. We're going to take one more hit before I leave, because why the frick not? Yeah. Peace out, guys.